start recording just in case I lose the stream for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, hope we're on.
Wow, I sound terrible.
A las una, a las dos, a las tres.
This is another test. I'm gonna stop the stream in like 2 seconds. Actually, just wanted you to.
And we're gonna have to deal with this.
We're playing it by ear.
Okie dokie.
But you're a dragon. You don't have ears.
I got frills, brah.
We are beginning now. It's gonna fade in, and welcome to even more talk about them pony comics to the 2 people watching currently. I am Comic Sans Pony. I am the reviewer of comics, and I'm insane, so I review them comic by comic, instead of, how everyone else reviews them, which is as arcs. I'm joined by Omni Reviewer.
Well, just Omni Viewer, but yes, I'm here. I haven't actually reviewed the Pony comics yet, but they are on the chopping block, and I'll be appearing in a dub of them soon. And if you don't recognize me, well, perhaps you recognize my cohort, and that would be me, Snazzy Chapeau. Yeah, I normally look like a dinosaur of sorts.
Oh, wait, did you say you're Omni Viewer, not Reviewer?
Correct.
Okay.
I thought you were a dragon.
You don't know what Snazzy is.
Anyways, also joined by Big Apple Pie.
Yes, hello, I am Big Apple Pie. I'm a brony. I am a VA. I am known for doing Discord and Brighter Discord, just the first 9 episodes. And I also really, really enjoy the comics. I haven't reviewed them, but I've recommended them to many, 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 many people, and I'm almost kept up to date, and I have every single issue. And they're all first print, except the first issue. How tragic.
We have Valis the Dragon.
Try to beat that, fellas!
Evening. Glad to be here.
And
I too cover the comics. I am still fairly recent. Started roughly last year, and I finally got my first arc done. And yes, I cover them by the arcs, unlike my cohorts here who apparently go by whatever they feel like.
And then Prince Thunderflare.
Good evening, gents. And I'm a premier arc reviewer. I mean, I have not seen an arc better than Noah's, but I'm looking.
Anyways, thank you to...
Not that arc.
Thank you to Omni, Big Apple Pie, and Prince Thunderflare, for filling in for Robin0928 and Coolman Stan, who could not make it to this stream.
You're welcome. So maybe we should not count Robin0928 since he's flown twice and you were an
Okay, well, yeah, I was talking before the stream again that I'm pretty sure last year when I was running this panel, I also had Robin on it, and he ended up dropping out last minute then as well. Let's not talk about who didn't show up to the stream and get to the questions, which we actually do have something. No, yep, okay, yeah, let's get to the questions. Okay, so
Lay it on us.
Okay, panel, there are no questions. Okay, well, people in the comments can ask questions. Unlike my gaming stream, I'm actually viewing the live chat, so I can actually answer things. And, well, Sweetie Bloom is mentioning that, that he was just talking to Robin a second ago. Well, apparently Robin told me he had some unexpected event. Maybe he didn't realize how late that event was going to. Maybe he is technically available now, but he's already been cut from the panel. So...
Too late.
Tough nubs.
Snooze, you lose.
So,
So anyone can ask
next time,
questions? Some questions. Ask some questions about comics and stuff. We know what we're talking about.
Well, I mean, I guess we could get the ball rolling by listing our favorite arcs, or least favorite arcs.
Issues.
Or
You know, how
issues
about,
if you have a specific.
Or like of each area, like of each, you know.
Oh yeah,
category.
of each of okay, well, okay. Let's start off with our favorite and least favorite comic or arc from all the current series that we've actually read. So that would include the annual issues, the main series, Friends Forever, micro series, and I think there's also the Guardians of Harmony, and I think coming out soon to replace Friends Forever is what was it called? Legends of Magic?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Legends of Magic isn't out, so obviously,
I haven't got to read that yet.
Legends of Magic isn't
volume,
out,
so
but
that one got to wait a while.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And,
Don't forget about Ponytails and Fiendship is magic.
oh yeah, Fiendship
Well,
is Fiendship.
Ponytails is actually the micro series. It's just the
Yeah.
volumes of the micro series.
Yeah, and also there also was there's like a French comic or something out there that existed before IDW got the rights. If you've read that, you can talk about it.
Oh, cool.
Great, now I need a reason to learn French.
I'll talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll go
Let's
first.
talk about that.
I'll go first. Well, from the main series, if you haven't watched my channel, Reflections arc. Favorite arc of all time, and I really hope that they're building towards like a sequel to this arc because they've kept a few of the elements like the Observer Pony in a lot of the
Can we talk
comics.
about that real quick?
No, let's afterward.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, so that's my favorite arc, and I like that because I'm a huge fan of Fringe, and that arc is heavily inspired by Fringe, and the review of that arc was heavily inspired by Fringe, and it's the birth of the best antagonist / evil OC variant of any analyst ever. Humble brag, not kidding. Sans Serif was born during that review.
Alright, what's your least favorite?
My least favorite, which Prince Thunderflare might disagree, but my least favorite is the Nightmare Rarity arc.
Ooh, them's fighting words.
Here we go. I
Okay. So currently after Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep, the entirety of the Nightmare Rarity arc is deemed obsolete because Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep, Do Princesses Dream of Magic. There we go.
Yes.
It kind of did that arc, but better. Still had its flaws, but definitely did it better than the comic arc, because the comic arc, like, it had like the Nightmare Forces making Luna not responsible for her transformation into Nightmare Moon, and had these weird moon creatures only later named the Nyx by the FEINDship of Magic arc with Nightmare Moon. It had Nightmare Rarity was a nice design as far as character design, but
it was.
did not like her as a villain. And then the Deus Ex Machina of the power of friendship at the time when I read the arc wouldn't have made sense. More currently, with rainbow power being a thing, it may have made sense, but it came out at the wrong time, so I still hate it. And any arc that references it.
Alright, next. We're just listing, we're not reviewing right now.
Alright, who's next?
Says you.
There's an unofficial order that I've just arranged people's pictures in the stream. So I guess Omni Reviewer would be next. Or sorry, Omni Viewer. I don't know why I keep thinking you're Omni Reviewer.
You'll get used to it, or not. But let's see. As far as favorites go, the Reflections one is really good. So as far as like big adventure ones, I'd say that's near the top at least. And for a more down-to-earth slice of life kind of one, I would say Zen and the Art of Gazebo Building.
Oh, I love that one.
Nice. Hey, fun fact. Nordfest originally wanted to do a Big Mac episode.
Oh, I thought you say Zen and the Art. Did you say talk about Zen and the Art of Zen and the Art of Gazebo Repair?
Yep.
That's like my second favorite.
And as for least favorite, what on earth is that?
What is going on?
Big Apple Pie, what are you doing?
I'm getting my comic books out of the box. I have two boxes full.
Anyway, as far as least favorite,
Something else is going on.
I'm doing it so I can truly look through my favorite.
well, anyway, as far as least favorite, as for what I've read so far, I'd say the first 2 issues of the micro series Ponytails, because they just were not good. As far as
Which characters are those?
Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Dash.
When we talk about arts, first, I'm confused.
Okay, well, let's keep since I only gave my favorite and least favorite of the main series. So the series that typically includes all the main 6, the one that's like anywhere from 1 to 4 parts long arcs. Keep it to that. Once everybody gives their favorite and least favorite, then we can go to the one of the other series that and favorite and least favorite in that one. Okay.
Supporting series.
Yes, the
The
support.
main comic books, that's like the standard Justice League, and all the others, that's pretty much the Justice League International, where they put all their goofy superheroes.
We'll go with that.
Is it my turn or?
Well, so Big Apple Pie, of the main series, the MANE series, favorite and least favorite.
Okay, well, let's see here. I'm gonna look through this one. That's 44. That's 40. That's no. Well, unfortunately, my Reflections is my favorite too. It is. I love it a lot. It actually choked me up at the end. Yes, it choked me up. I couldn't believe it did that. I thought it was the final page, and when I turned the page and saw that final panel, oh my gosh, that got to me. But yeah, I liked every. In fact, actually, it was my first comic of the main series. It was when I just started to get into it too, so I was hunting those down, and that's when I started to do that. So I really like that. I love Mira Sombra, great character, and I like that it showed what the heck did Princess Celestia do during her sister was on the moon, and this is the first time we see Starscroll the Bearded, which is great.
Actually, it wasn't. Just correction. It wasn't.
Pay attention to her sister because she was too busy getting laid.
Yeah. No. No. Okay. First.
Wait,
Sorry. First, I'm gonna incur some rage from any Dyslestia shippers. Sorry, my OTP for Celestia is Celestia and Alt Sombra.
Yeah. Well, we call him Mira Sombra.
Mira Sombra.
Actually,
me too. Me too.
Wait, I'm gonna upset everyone and ship her with Ash. With Aspen. King Aspen.
Anyways, and also the second thing is all the trips to the alternate universe were not while Luna was sent to the moon. If you pay attention to dialogue, Starscroll the Bearded does say that Luna's mood is getting darker. Foreshadowing.
It did both really. It actually, I think it was during.
Yeah, one of the flashbacks was before. Then one of them was.
But anyway,
then one of them was
really
after.
Nice. Yes, but yeah, it was nice. But as for my least favorite, I think you have to get back to me on that. Let me look through these. Let's go through everybody else. I have to go through. It's like a filing cabinet.
Okay, well, then mute your mic so we don't get more questionable noises.
It's not questionable. It's plastic. It's plastic and paper and cardboard.
Okay, Malice.
I was thinking, am I allowed to say what I'm thinking? You're
well, I mean, okay, we're okay.
PG.
PG-13. You can swear, but please no discussing sexual content.
Okay, all right, Malice. What's your favorite? Tell me your favorite of the main series.
Oh, I hate you all so much.
Well, the
It's
feeling's
Reflection
mutual.
as well. Basically, for the fact that when did all this love for Reflection come from? I thought there was some outcry people who didn't like that story.
There always will be.
I mean, Sans Serif wasn't the biggest fan of it. My ultimate, I mean, when I started to take over, but when I did my review of it, when I brought in my evil character, there is one part of the review where we're both reviewing the same comic in different universes, and it switches back and forth. Everything positive about the comic said. Everything negative, sans serif said. So there is. I'm not saying it doesn't have flaws.
Yeah.
It has a lot of them.
No. But what's your favorite, fellas?
Yes, it is indeed Reflection. For all the reasons you will pull it up, so yes, the romance between Celestia and... I actually called him, during my video, I called all the alternate versions funny names. I gave Alt Sombra Rico, after Rico Suave.
I did something similar. I had I think I had.
And the alternate sisters, Laverne and Shirley.
No, I did something similar, except I borrowed from Fringe with my nicknames. I think it was Faux Lestia and Loon Alternate. I like puns.
It made it easier during making my script than naming them always alt this and alt that.
Well, no, I didn't Sombra. I just called them alternate. I called them like Red King Sombra because the red universe, the red sky, the red. Because I borrowed a lot from Fringe since the comic was heavily inspired by that. So like in Fringe, they commonly referred to the evil Walther from the other reality as the Walternate. So I'm like, okay, let's go with faux for fake, faux Lestia, and Loon Alternate. Anyways,
Right, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, we are getting off topic.
Okay, so that's your favorite.
You were on topic?
No, you were great.
What was your least favorite, fellas?
Least favorite at the moment definitely gotta be the when the Everfree with the deers, like for the short reason being
what is wrong with you people?
the short reason being it's another Save the Rainforest story I've seen so many times, and I'm just so sick and tired of that kind of story.
I'll add, if I can add just one thing really quickly. What I was upset about was the Good, the Bad, and the Ponies and Legend of Everfree were the same thing.
Same author.
Revenge of the Everfree and the Good, and the Bad, and the Ponies was the same dang story.
In fact, literally,
both villains were bulls.
And they were well, technically, I think well-to-do is a Minotaur. Anyways, they were both. They are not the best entries into Katie Cook's repertoire. They are not the best entries in all the she wrote. It's funny that she wrote one of the Reflections, which pretty much everybody has raved about.
Her debut is Zen the Art of Gazebo Repair.
Hey,
yeah, but she wrote Zen the Art of Gazebo Repair. She wrote Reflections, but then she also wrote Good, the Bad, and the Pony and Revenge of the Everfree. Like, is this even the same writer?
Okay.
Well, comic, you gotta remember, Stephen King was the genius that wrote Shawshank Redemption, but he was also the imbecile that wrote it.
Fair enough.
I do have a few words on the good and the bad, but we'll get to that.
Turn out great ideas all the time.
Okay, what's your favorite and least favorite prince?
Well, since everyone's loving on the Reflections, I'm gonna say the first arc.
Oh,
I got into the comic.
Actually, I
haven't read that one yet.
Oh, you mean Revenge of Queen Chrysalis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Return of Queen Chrysalis?
Because that was something I wanted to see. I wanted Chrysalis to come back with a vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I saw that was happening in the house, I'm like, fine now. And it was great.
Actually, I think
she thought outside the box, and unfortunately, because of the events in the comics, it's starting to get the action events in the show. It's starting to get questionable whether or not the comics are canon, but I don't care. It was awesome.
No, I think you can still fit pieces here and there.
I think that Katie Cook was her first entry into the series was the first arc.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Katie Cook wrote Return of Queen Chrysalis.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, as for least favorite, no, the reason I said what was wrong with you was not because of the arcs you chose, but the one you didn't choose.
Oh, okay.
Technically, it's not an arc because it was a standalone issue, but it's an issue of the main series, and it is abysmal.
What arc?
What?
Stupid.
What?
Okay.
What?
I was very confrontational with past analysis over his negativity
Just say
of
it.
until I read that stupid comic.
Ponyville Days
where
War?
they watched professional wrestling. It was just
Oh.
dumb. It was 8 kinds of stupid.
Oh.
I was
Ponyville
just so annoyed because it
No, that was Friends Forever.
so bad. It was abysmal.
You mean the one where
Wrestling one.
where apparently Shirley has a estranged sister who is a pro wrestler?
Yeah, and maybe a lesbian.
Okay.
Well, that's barely saying anything in this fandom.
Okay, well that covers the main series, and yes, I am mentally spelling out main, MANE.
Okay. Okay. How about this?
Damn it, man.
How about this? And to break the trend of Reflections, my second favorite, and you could say even a tie to Reflections, is Nay Anything. I love the Shining Armor Cadence story. That is
Yes, that was a great one.
I love that a lot. I love that a lot.
It was adorable. It was also adorable. They were playing not Dungeons and Dragons.
Oubliettes and Ogres or whatever it was called. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and actually, I read the one about the everyone having a bad day. Like, oh, it's good to see that.
the one that referenced the No Good Very Bad Day children's book. That was a pretty good one.
Oh, I still haven't read that. I actually own it. I haven't read it yet. But
It was actually really fun. Oh, but like, it turns out that even while married in Berlin Empire, he can still find time to play with his boys. He has game night.
Okay, so now the micro series or the ponytail series, depending on how you ingested said series. I believe it was
like
10 comics long series that each comic tried to highlight a single character. I say tried because occasionally some of them, like the Pinkie Pie one, had two features.
Let's get to that.
The preemptive series that then spawned the idea for Friends Forever. I liked the it was shit, which one was it? Oh yeah. How Rarity got her groovy back. The Rarity micro.
That was really
Well, Flaxseed and Wheatgrass are comedy gold.
Yes. They are the OG hippie ponies in MLP. They existed before Tree Hugger.
yeah.
Like some kind of cameo in the comics to have that happen. Like, I want to see Trigger meet them.
You want to see Tree Hugger meet Flaxseed and Wheatgrass.
Totally.
So that one was really good because it was like Rarity at her best. It was supporting original characters at their best. It was the best. And then there was the supervillain origin story of Marine Sandwich that was the first I think it was the first micro series comic, which like you think I'd say the Fluttershy one just because Voice of Reason hated that one. I didn't actually find that one that bad. The weird like cooking show one was just like the weirdest one, and I just didn't like.
That was Friends Forever.
It was Friends Forever?
Yeah.
Was it?
That was Friends Forever.
Are you sure?
That was Friends Forever.
Are you sure?
Okay,
then I guess.
It was the first one I ever
PTSD from that comic. Okay, no, I don't.
Actually, then I read so many of these comics that I messed up which ones belong to which ones. I like the Rarity one. I guess that's tied for first with the Day Shift, the Luna one.
Yeah, a lot of people the Luna.
I made sure I bought the alternate cover of that with Luna standing on the top of empty coffee cups.
And so then I guess actually sticking within the correct comic series, my least favorite would have to be, I think, the Fluttershy one.
Yeah, I see your point. It's usually the Fluttershy or the Rainbow one is usually it.
I didn't mind the Rainbow one because even though it had Zap Apples existing.
I said either one is usually.
Okay, it had Zap Apples existing before Zap Apples existed, but still.
I would say that the reason the Fluttershy I would say the reason everyone hates the Fluttershy one is purely because of how bad the moral is executed. I mean, the art's good. The concept of the way the story started was good.
Hey, hold on. Whoever's that in the background, can you please mute your mic because we hear stuff in the background.
What did you hear?
I'm hearing stuff in the background. Whoever that is. I hear like kids in the background and stuff. Could you mute your mic?
Might have been mine, which so sorry.
Yeah, I just hear noise in the background.
I was thumping my leg against the foot of my chair. Sorry.
And sorry, I might be drinking something, but it might be that you're hearing too.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I hear people in the background. Is what I'm saying. I hear people in the background.
No, there are no people in the background of mine. So okay, well, so I guess Omni, what is your favorite and least favorite of the 10 comics within the micro series?
Well, gee, I'd actually given my least favorite answer by accident with the main series. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so just give us your favorite.
Wait. What did he say during the main series?
The first 2 issues he hated because, well, I can't blame him. They're both horribly executed.
Yeah, that's back when they really hadn't found their rhythm yet.
And the art was kind of awkward too.
Yeah, especially that first one. I mean, and the pacing even. Like, you'd think that a pacing...
Tony Flex really needed to learn how to draw.
What is the first one?
The first one is the Twilight Sparkle one.
Okay.
The librarian who's a grouch until she's not anymore.
Yes, the supposed favorite author of Twilight that isn't A.K. Yearling, Jade Singer or something like that.
Yeah, but wait a minute. That one thing I've been wanting to say. So she's her favorite author and not Twilight Velvet. She gave you life and you spit in her face.
What?
Oh yeah, it was hinted through background art that Twilight's mom was actually the writer of Daring Do until the show decided to go, nope, it's A.K. Yearling.
We know that. Well, we know she's an author.
Yeah. But Twilight Velvet is hinted at being some kind of author.
Yeah, and that bit of
kind of telling.
But that bit of art, all it was a plaque that said "Daring Do." That could have been anything.
Like
so
award or something.
I guess they named the award after Daring Do.
Yeah, why not? There's such a thing as an Isaac Asimov award, I think.
Well, yeah, like an adventure award or something.
All right, so Omni viewer. See, I called him Lewis right now. What is your favorite comic in the micro series?
Well, I think again, the Rarity one is good, although I have a slightly different opinion of the Fluttershy one. Because I actually don't think it's as... I don't think... I know the moral seems to be that, like, critics cave when someone else says that... when someone else turns popular opinion, but there is precedent for that. Like, you mentioned Stephen King at one point, Prince, I believe. Like, I read Bruce Campbell's book, If Chins Could Kill, and he speaks a lot about how the first Evil Dead movie was made and released and whatnot. And when it was first released, the reviews were awful. Everyone called it exploitative trash. It was the worst horror movie ever made. But then Stephen King saw it and said, hey, this is a good movie. And suddenly all the critics went back and rewatched it and changed their opinion because Stephen King had said so. True story.
So interesting, but what? So you were saying that the Fluttershy one is your favorite or not favorite? What did you say it was?
Well, I think it's the Rarity one, and the Fluttershy one I don't hate as much as other people seem to. I don't think that's bad at all. So,
all right.
Bring on the hatred. I don't care.
That's cool.
Yes, your hate comes to me nourishment.
Calm thyself.
Okay.
So
Big Apple Pie.
So this is going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be very different from everybody else's, and people are going to go crazy on me, but I'm going to say it anyway. So I can easily say what I like. Usually, one thing I'm going to go across is that usually whenever I read the comics, I rate them by 3 stars. Because usually when I read the comics, they're either great, okay, or terrible. That's just usually how I see it. And, okay, I know some hate it, but it was, okay, the Pinkie Pie one was the first one I ever read, and I actually liked it, thought it was good. I give it 2 stars, maybe 3, maybe 2 stars. I think it was good. The Applejack one was okay. The Fluttershy one, I didn't really like. The Rainbow Dash one, I see why people didn't like it, and I didn't really like it either. I didn't think so. The Rarity one was really good. Am I missing another main 6 pony, or did I say them all? Sometimes I forget. The Twilight one. Let me get back to you on that. The Spike one I really liked. The Kumar Crusaders one was actually really good. The Luna one was hilarious. And see. Okay, so here we go. Here we go with the Twilight and the Celestial. Let me say this right now. I really like the Twilight one. I don't care. Really do. I really do. Okay. The Celestial one is my least favorite of all of them.
Oh.
It is not a great message. I don't think the message is good. There's when I read it, I'm like, this doesn't seem like Celestia would say this, or even the message itself doesn't seem like it doesn't seem right. I didn't like the message of the comic.
Came off to you as wrong. It came off to you as wrong.
Yeah. I try to read it, and I'm like thinking, I don't want to get into it, but I just didn't think there was a good message. Is all.
The Celestia micro series. Also, just because I didn't like the Nightmare Rarity arc, and I like to think that there was something, like there's some reference to the Nightmare forces in that one in the flashback sequence. I don't like that arc because it connects to my most hated arc. So screw the Celestia micro.
Yeah, I don't like. I'd say the thing is, I'm gonna say about the Celestial micro is that it could have been done a lot better. It's just its message was a little twisted or a little not right. It wasn't a good message. That's why I didn't like it.
You thought of it like maybe her being manipulative, maybe.
What?
Was that? I'm trying to figure out maybe why.
Because
the Celestial one was about the teacher who was kind of losing it.
Yes, it might be 34 minutes too late, but I probably should have said spoiler alert for pretty much every comic possibly ever made by IDW by every single MLP comic, because we're probably gonna spoil a lot of them. It's 34 minutes too late, but still. By the way, we're 3-4 minutes over time. We're gonna continue anyways.
Do we have? I didn't really spoil anything. I didn't really spoil anything.
We've just been talking the whole time. I mean, we can continue. There's nothing that's stopping us from continuing.
Well, wait a minute. No, the thing that really lost me on the Celestia micro was when she had this moral dilemma of what to do. She talked to Philomena, that Phoenix who spent a whole day screwing with Fluttershy. Yeah, there's your moral center.
But I just that's why it's interesting. It's like it's my least favorite, not because I hate it. It was like I just didn't like the message. So who's next about that?
Dallas, if order is maintained.
All right. Sort of. Yeah, I'm keeping it short. For me, my favorite in the micro is actually it's the CMC one. I just found that one oddly adorable and actually really nice.
Discord is best CMC.
Okay, anyway, because it has nothing to do with the issue.
Yeah, different one comic.
This completely different one. This one's about the transforming monster.
Okay. The Greater Equestrian Mimicker is also a pretty decent CMC member.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. And least favorite, actually, I can't really pinpoint one because I haven't read all of them. The first ones I read were actually the second 5, like Spike, the CMC, Celestia, and Luna. I haven't read the ones with the main 6 yet, so I can't give you my least favorite on that one.
Oh, well.
Okay, and last but not least, Prince Thunderflare.
None of you talked about my favorite. And it's not just because it has my favorite character. About my favorite character. The Pinkie Pie issue is just perfection. That is so good because it's not just about Pinkie seeing her favorite clown. She has to deal with the fact that Poniachi is retiring, and in some ways she's kind of facing the possibility that she will have to retire.
I never thought about it that way.
And she's not going to be young forever. Biological clock ticking.
But it's true. And what I liked about it was like it was showing both it's showing in both lights of like being a little bit selfish about it too, because she was kind of being selfish about it the whole thing.
Yeah, but then she looked for another solution. She thought about you can't.
She went from thinking about a selfish solution to a solution that will actually help.
Yeah.
That's what's good about it.
Right.
It was about dealing with age and how to move on with life and find new meaning in your life. It made me forget that it's a comic book about a magic talking pig horsey and a clown.
Yeah.
Yes, age, something that My Little Pony doesn't usually cover because its intended audience is supposed to be kids.
No.
Well, there's a way that even kids can understand it.
Yeah. It's kind of like how Tanks for the Memory discussed grief. Tanks for the Memory discussed grief in a way that kids would understand it. That the Pinkie Pie Mega Series covered getting older and being too old for something you love in a way that a kid would understand it, I guess, or retiring in a way that a kid would understand it.
Both a kid and adult will understand, or a kid won't understand. That's like kind of Pinkie Pie's being like the kid who doesn't understand why is my favorite person stopping. Why? I thought, that's then you don't realize it at first, but it's a selfish thought. It becomes really selfish, but then you just, you move on, and that's why it's a good story.
Okay, Prince Thunderflare.
Yeah, least favorite, well, that's probably the Rainbow Dash issue. I mean, that issue, it probably...
But double rainbows all the way across the sky.
How
hey,
complex
let him talk.
awfulness is.
But, I mean...
It is a comic book that does literally everything wrong.
But in the Rainbow Dash issue, double rainbows all the way across the sky.
Oh, shut up!
Oh, boy.
He is so old.
It did, and I actually had to look this up for my review. Okay, I actually had to look this up for my review. The Rainbow Dash Mega Series did double rainbooms before double rainboom.
Oh my god.
I had to look up the release dates for a joke, and the comic actually was first.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to remind me of.
Okay. So of there is a staggering number of it's taken us over 30 minutes to get through the warm up questions that we had when we weren't getting any questions. We're still not getting any questions, so you might as well continue.
How about we just skip? Who's anyone in favor of just skipping favorite and least favorite friends forever and just answering questions?
Yeah.
Well, we don't.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions?
We don't have any questions,
we
might as well continue.
If you want
Well, maybe we should. We could do rapid fire for least favorite and favorite instead of going into these long-winded tangents.
Sure. Let's go. Let's just go and not say
I don't think we can do that. I think we have to analyze it. I mean, come on. Look
Okay.
at what we do on YouTube.
Okay, so with the Friends Forever.
60 seconds. Go.
Friends Forever. Okay, hold on. I gotta bring him up so I can. Okay, Friends Forever. I liked the Discord in the CMC. I liked the Pinkie Pie and Luna. I liked the Flim Flam Brothers and Granny Smith. Pinkie Pie and Twilight Sparkle, Babseed and Rarity. Pretty much freaking all of them, actually. There's not too many bad ones in the bunch. Least favorite of the ones I've read, I am a few issues behind. Least favorite would probably have to be Rains, Trains, and Carts with Wheels. The Rarajack one.
Ah, that's been a popular one I've heard now and again, but okay. Alright, next up is,
Omni.
Omni. Go Omni. Go.
We had actually covered all the extent of what I've read so far, so I can't comment on Friends Forever or anything
then.
beyond. So go
Okay.
ahead, everyone else.
Big
Okay,
Apple
come
Pie?
back. Get back to me. Go, Valis.
Alright, favorite out of all of them definitely has to go to the Pinky and the Luna one. I just found that one hilarious and actually really helpful, especially when it comes to Luna. Least favorite, sadly, it has to go to the Spike and Luna one. We'll talk about it later if we get to it. Alright, Prince?
I can't think of anyone that's my favorite. No one that stuck out to me. There were plenty of good ones. It was not. It's when you get something good, different from when you get something good and when you get something amazing that stays with you. But I do know which one's my least favorite. The first issue, that was a terrible start.
Oh yeah, the Pinkie Pie and Rainbow and Applejack, the cooking show, the secret origin story for the supervillain Marine Sandwich.
I thought that one was really funny. I mean, it was very bizarre and just Applejack was like, how the heck did I get in here?
I don't know.
But all that frosting.
Okay, so
creamy frosting.
Okay, let me go quickly. Let's see here. I really like the Twilight and Big Macintosh one. I really like the Mayor and Applejack one. That was pretty cool.
That was hilarious.
That was actually hilarious and stuff. And the Spike and Little one, I think that was actually interesting. It was okay. Didn't get to read that one. Didn't read that one.
The only thing good that came out of
okay, I know.
Sorry, the only thing.
I know. What?
The only thing good that came out of the Luna and Spike one is the my ship for Spike. My OTP is Spike X Mina.
Okay. Had a feeling.
And you
She
got
looks like she's from Dragon Tales.
out of the deal, right?
All right, and I really liked the Fluttershy and the Iron Will one. That was really.
I didn't
good.
like that one.
I'm trying to think. That was
good. Oh yeah, that was good.
That was good. That was sweet. That was good. That was sweet. Seeing showing he's not a villain. He actually cares. He wants to be better with his family and his son and stuff, and that's actually kind of cool. So it's interesting that way. So it's a reverse episode, and it's done well.
And he sort of reforms in that comic, and then Siege of the Crystal Empire comes out, and they even reference that comic, and he just.
Hey, I'm trying to talk. Sorry, I don't mean to yell. I don't mean to yell and recording your panel, but I'm trying to get through these as fast as I can.
Sorry.
I think I really like the Rainbow Dash and Trixie one. I think that was really fun. And I don't really have a least favorite. I mean, it could be the first one. Some of them are just kind of boring to me. But my absolute favorite of the Friends Forever is issue number 3, which is Spike and Celestia.
That's a great one.
That is my favorite one. That is my absolute favorite one. And
Good
that
choice.
right there. I love that one because that is a great argument against, people who don't like Celestia. Because that actually explained... It basically said exactly what I want to say about Celestia, if not more, or in a different way, and it was interesting. And if you actually read the comic a few times, you'll see there's subtleties to it of what Celestia's talking about, and you find out Celestia is actually not just telling Spike, she's actually teaching it. You gotta reread it, and you'll understand what I mean.
Okay.
And that's what I liked. There was subtlety in that.
Yeah, I think it is sort of like this author's way of trying to help, explain this, because, it's easy for, everyone in the analysis to go, Celestia, the heck you doing, and all that, arguments against her. This is sort of the explanation to help with that.
Yeah, and it's pretty much, and you could say, oh, it's just a comic. Like, that's exactly what I would say, though. That's exactly what I would say about it. But I also liked that it was teaching Spike. It's saying, there's things you can, and it's even good. It's good for Celestia and Spike, because it's saying there's things you can do, there's things you can't do, and there's times where you can't do it alone. And there is a moment in that where, where basically she's like letting Spike know, like, look, you can't do this alone. You need my help. Or yes, you can do this. You'll see it. I want to spoil it completely, but it's done well in that way.
Okay. We actually got a question. We actually we actually got a question from Ponyboy John. Which character from the comics do you wish that they would put in the show?
Ooh, good one.
Mirror Sombra.
King Aspen. My OTP must become something. Oh wait, my OTP is something else. But I want King Aspen in there because he's a hard flank.
I forgot. King Aspen was the deer?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's the king of the deers living in the heart of the Everfree.
I think even though that comic arc wasn't the greatest, I think it would be really cool to add deer folk into it.
Yeah, make Tiger Day happy.
Yes, it would make Ty and Daiga. It would make him canon.
Aha, like Silver.
All
right, so we got Matt's answer. You comic?
A few. I would like Wheatgrass and Flaxseed, as well as the Observer Pony, and pretty much the entire alternate universe.
Glad you started on that guy. I'm gonna hunt him down. All right, for me, as much as I.
I also agree with Logan Berry Bunny. They say Tibbles, Luna's pet.
Yeah, Mr. Tibbles, the possum.
Tiberius
Yes.
Tibbles.
His proper name.
Tibbles.
Tiberius Opossum Esquire III.
No,
Okay.
Tibbles now and forever.
But
Down,
anyway.
boy.
Okay, who hasn't answered?
Okay. Well, any other questions?
No, who hasn't answered that question?
You didn't answer the question. Valis, Apple Pie, Avi.
Character in the comics you would like to see in the show?
I already said mine.
Let's see.
What was it? I don't remember.
Mirror Sombra. I shouted it out instantly.
Oh yeah, Mirror Sombra.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Let's see. I am searching.
Good.
Wait, where is it?
Or even Ponyaki would be kind of cool.
Ponyaki? Yeah.
The clown guy. That would be kind of cool too.
Yeah, that would be neat. I'm trying to remember.
I know there's a lot of names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a surprising number of original characters in the comics.
Yeah.
What about all the different ponies from the what was it, the first arc with that focused on Shining and Cadence?
Oh, all his nerdy friends. I'm pretty sure Poindexter. I'm pretty sure Poindexter is canon.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Poindexter has been shown.
Wait. I remember the names I called, but let's see. There was Poindexter.
Okay.
Not Thunderlane, and D10 guy.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure they're all given actual names. The D10 guy apparently there's a reference to Quantum Leap with his character apparently.
Yep. Yes. Yeah, I remember that. There's like
it's a background gag. Anyways,
yeah.
But also Poindexter actually is like the canon name for that character. He showed up in Putting Your Hoof Down. He was the one that Rarity flirted with. The nerdy character that. So he is in the show.
They just took a canon character and put him in the comics because
Pretty much, yeah.
Kind of works.
he would have worked for that scene.
I forget what they actually. I can look up what they call them, but I'm not gonna take. I have my digital comic viewer open. I can go through and find that.
We only got 10 minutes.
No,
I would like to see that. I would like to see that school.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Come on.
More world building.
Where is it? Yeah.
The school. You mean Celestia School?
The school that Kieran's went to. And
Kansas Shining Armor went to. Yeah, that's
That one.
I don't think
That's a good choice.
it doesn't list his name. I thought it did.
Is that it? Did we answer everybody?
Well, apparently Wheatgrass went to the same school as Cadence and Shining Armor, according to the front cover.
yeah.
Right.
Yep. And so did Spitfire and Soren.
80s cheerleading.
Yeah.
I didn't get my answer. 2 cents into it.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
quick. First one. Hoofbeard and all that pirate shenanigans, because if we're getting pirates in the movie, I want more pirates. Second, I don't probably get some word on it, but what was her name in our Sombra's girlfriend at the end of the Siege of
Oh,
Crystal Empire?
Radiant. I think it's Radiant Hope.
Yes, I want her in.
Yes, Radiant Hope is a pretty good character. Not a huge fan of that arc because they just let's just reform another really good villain and make them into
Thanks
a.
for spoiling it.
No, you don't. No. Sombra's supposed to be evil. He's supposed
I'm
to be
sorry.
So more evil on it.
Okay.
No, Sombra's supposed to be so evil that he seasons his sandwiches with evil. So he can eat evil.
To be fair, when
Sauron, okay?
to be fair, 30 minutes into the stream, when I finally gave the spoiler alert, it wasn't just to the audience.
I know, but it's okay. But yeah, I understand your point. It's like reforming every single villain gets to the point where it's like, okay, you're not going to have anybody that's going to be evil. Everyone's just going to be good, or it's going to be a twisted version of being a good guy.
Yeah. And to quote AC Race Best, we're gonna forgive them, aren't we?
Wait.
But in defense of that story, it's not done yet. They're trying to. If you saw the end, so there's still some more story
Yes,
left.
there's a certain element of Sombra's backstory is going to be resolved in a possible future arc.
Well, no, I'm not. It's not gonna be done. Most likely, I'm gonna be interested in seeing what happens with that one, if you know what I mean. Especially with who comes back.
The thing involving the original Amore.
Yes.
With the place and the guy with the thing
And the stuff.
Long story short, I don't think she's gonna be. Oh, I forgive you, my son.
Yeah, she might. Anyways, Okay, we have another. We have.
After being broken up, bruh.
Okay, we have another question. Has everyone answered?
Yeah.
Okay. From Logan Berry Bunny, which universe would you like to see crossover with My Little Pony? Well, I mean.
Yes, here we go.
Oh gosh, why is he asking complicated, long-winded questions?
Well, as far as
Well, I mean, like the questions that need a long-winded answer.
Well, actually, there are a few easy ones, mostly because they're other Hasbro properties. But Transformers would be kind of cool. Also, I am kind of I don't know. I just think it would be cool as long as it's not Michael Bay's Transformers.
Just making sure.
Well, for Michael Bay's Transformers, then Rarity would have to have big breasts.
Anyways,
Come
My
on.
eyes.
I've seen worse on
No.
or a Littlest Pet Shop. Yes, I am a fan of that show. But as far as the outside of the bubble that is Hasbro, that would be a little more difficult to cross over, but not impossible. There's the already kind of referenced in the show Doctor Who, Supernatural, maybe The Walking Dead.
Okay, you've said so many.
Any sci-fi fantasy show that I watch that isn't My Little Pony.
Let's give ourselves a limit of 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, we should have set those kind of ground rules next time. Give ourselves a limit of X and X. All right,
Okay.
next up, Omni.
Okay. IDW currently owns the comic book rights to Godzilla and The Rocketeer.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I'm gonna say.
Good one, bruh.
Actually, they own the rights to the Doctor Who as a comic book series. They could do that with My Little Pony.
No, they used to.
Oh, they don't anymore? Aw.
They don't anymore. They didn't as of 3 years ago. They don't own it. They used to. In fact, I think it was Amy Neberson actually used to do art for it too. So I asked her. I found out when I had her sign a comic. So yeah, they used to do it, but they don't do it anymore.
It does kind of suck that whoever it is doesn't let IDW do like their crossover events with MLP. It would be awesome to see that. Like, have you seen some of those big crossover events they have? I mean, Transformers does them all the time. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, next it's
Big Apple Pie.
I don't really have anything that I want to cross over. I mean, I don't. Not really, actually. I can't think of anything. Just as long as it's good, as it's done well. I mean, I could say Zelda, but it actually is already done in the show. Just like that background character, and like, of course. Or I actually really liked in the what I really did like was that in the Friends Forever with Twilight and Shining Armor, they had two ponies that were the Mario Brothers being plumbers. That was see, that's what I like. I like references, not a complete crossover. Just but I see what you mean. Like, yeah, crossover with. But I like references, just a little nod.
And I like the joke after the princess was captured. We'll come back to phase. Asking you later.
Oh, sure. So you only do it when it happens. Gee, thanks, you jerks.
Okay. So who's answered this question so far? I forget which we're in the order we are.
Right.
Like on me, though.
Okay.
All right, my turn?
Yes.
All right, my two choices. First one, dang on me, already beat me up like Godzilla once I have to pick a second one. First off, Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Isn't that already a crossover?
Yes, but might as well add another one. I just love it so much.
Just
so,
say.
yeah. And the second one? Ooh, second one. Ruby.
That could be.
You wish.
Oh, it would be so great. Or more it'd be more accurate. Equestria Girls and Ruby.
Equestria Girls and Ruby. Oh,
yes.
no.
Give all them girls a gun.
Get on it, Hasbro.
How people want to see
that would be
the MLP task with weapons from Ruby.
Yeah, that would be so
Christy made that one with Toon Critic with Ruby Scythe, and it looked great.
Yeah. Okay, Thunderflare.
That's a good idea. Now, Prince. Great one.
Well, the first one, I mean, the Justice League, so they can ride in as puppies.
Oh, I get that.
That was actually a joke. That was actually a joke in a DC comic. It was a terrible comic book, but it was a hilarious joke because he's like, I need you to stop the Justice League from getting here, no matter what. Yeah, I don't care if they're riding in on magic ponies. That's the only line in the comic that's worth it. Okay, it's just the rest of it's worthless. It's the battle for Bloodhaven. It was terrible. But let's see. Another anything. I would be interested in seeing a Kim Possible crossover with My Little Pony. And we all know that there's a certain person who would go crazy if that happened.
Dr. Wolf?
No.
I know. You don't have to say the name. That's why I said that.
She goes with the name of Discord Princess.
Exactly.
Okay. We do have another question, but before Runeblade is bringing up the fact that the end of the Siege of the Crystal Empire actually makes sense in the grand universal or inter-universal scheme of things, because all of the Equestria Sombra became evil in order to balance out the universe. It wasn't actually balanced. Hey! Spoiler alert! It was not just to the audience; it was to the people in the stream. I'm sorry.
I know, but it's such a good one. I don't want anyone spoiled for anybody.
Okay. Well, anyways, it actually what happened at the end of Siege of the Crystal Empire makes sense because of what happened at the end of Reflections. There, I tried to say it without spoilers, despite spoiling it like 2 seconds ago.
Great,
Uh,
next question.
This question says, like, what comic would you suggest for someone who hasn't read any of them? to
I was
start with?
just about to get to that, but okay, yes.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a great one.
It's a good question. Yeah, I just wanted to address the fact that yes, the what happened at the end of Siege of the Crystal Empire made sense, but it doesn't mean we have to like it. Anyways, okay, so what comic would you suggest to someone who hasn't read them? Well, I mean, there's the obvious, the first one ever made, because why jump in randomly when they will reference each other? But as far as more recent arcs that you could start with, if you don't want to have to go all the way back to the beginning, there's like a lot.
Well, the benefit. Well, let me quote Linkara. The benefit of comic books is that you can pick up any issue and start off just to see if you like it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you're in for some adorableness and cutabites, you can the main series one shot that is about Twilight and Spike in the early days.
I didn't get to read that one yet.
It's a pretty good read. It's a pretty good read. Not necessarily the most dramatic one. It is a one shot. But the other, so it's like very short, and it probably should have been a Friends Forever. But
that one does leave me kind of conflicted. I'll admit.
It's a good one to start with. You don't want like one of those. If you don't want like a more dramatic multi-part one. But as far as
I get you.
As far as a more multi-parted one, there's the one where the CMC get lost in the woods, and it's almost a reformation for Diamond Tiara, but that was the...
that's a great one. That is a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that.
Also, if you're in for like a campy...
That was when I thought, Diamond Tiara's going to be bad forever, but then Season 5 came along and said, nope!
And then if you're in for a campy horror one and themed one and you like Flutterbat, Night of the Living Apples.
Oh yeah, I still gotta read that one. Please, no one say anything about that.
Okay.
One.
Omni.
I haven't read that one either.
Please don't. I need, that's on that's my read list.
Okay, Omni, what do you recommend?
Well, if you're one of those Philistines who for some reason didn't like the 100th episode, I would say read Zen and the Art of Gazebo Repair.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Also, the Day Shift, the Luna Micro series is a pretty good one if you're starting out.
Yeah, Zen is really funny because if you want to see Big Macintosh.
Big Macintosh gets all the mares.
Yes, that's really funny
He's
actually.
got swag.
To the Isle of Beautiful Mares.
Okay, Big Apple Pie?
Okay, well, like I said, like that one's good. The Art of Zico Care. Friends Forever, one with Twilight and Big Macintosh is good because Twilight goes into Big Macintosh's head and tries to figure stuff out, and you see different personalities of Big Macintosh, and that was actually pretty good.
And the talkative part of Big Macintosh is really small.
Yes, it's really small.
Big Macintosh, the most interesting stallion in the world.
So, what I gotta say is, for people... hold on, go Valis, hold on a second.
Alright, for me, two choices. Let me see. For the mainline series, I'm going to have to go with, actually, I think I want to go with the, one about with Pinkie Pie and Rarity when Pinkie wants to make her own comic. I thought that one was actually really good and fun, especially when it came to the juxtaposition of all those other styles.
Yeah, that one's gonna be fun. That one's gonna be fun.
Especially how the end, it's like, oh, it harkens back to like what Rarity, like what Pinkie is. And then like if you want to go like, oh, let's go with a one of the micros or something like that. I'm gonna have to go with. Well, that's a tough one. Rarity and Babs.
Did we started at 7, right? Or just before 7, right? Sorry, just
Yeah.
Matt 2 is like, wait, an hour ago you said it started at 7. Like it did, right? We didn't start early, did we?
Yeah.
No, it was 7.
Okay, sorry. Matt just had
Does
the wrong
that count
time.
as a question we have to answer?
No.
Well,
We just answered.
Well, you see, well, now, something. A good series for them to start with would be.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Most of the FEINDship is magic issues are good. There's really just one that's just absolutely worthless. It's one of about the sirens. The
sirens, Nightmare Moon, and to some extent, the Tyrek one were not good. They should have done a Discord one, but apparently the show wanted to tackle Discord, so they didn't do a Discord one. The Somber one was amazing.
Oh, and another really hilarious one. If you really, really, really love Doctor Who, is the one where Discord takes the CMC and Fluttershy back in time.
Yes, the Discord, the Discord in time.
Machine that's smaller on the inside.
Yes, and when it appears, he literally takes Doctor Who's, throws him off screen, and said, "There's far too many references in this comic already," or something like that. And he's wearing a fez. I think he might even be wearing a bow tie, and it's a time machine that's smaller on the inside.
It's comedy gold.
Okay, so back to mine. Sorry, I was interrupted.
Okay.
I don't know if Alice said what I said at all, so I have no idea.
I said the Pinky with Rarity, that mainline series about Pinky wanted to make a comic, and I said Rarity and Babs.
All right, so here's what I can say in general to everyone listening, anyone watching, anyone who wants to get into comics. Right now, for several things, because that's the end. Okay, if you want dramatic stuff, if you want, basically, if you want to read comics that are like the prologues, the epilogues to the seasons, that are epic and stuff, then read the main line. If you want stuff that's, the more in between, Your Friends Forever is the way to go. And get the annuals if you can, because they're good. They pretty much the annuals kind of like expand a little bit much more on.
Yeah, like the Follow Sunset Shimmer and.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's great.
Yeah, and so what I'll say to people is that don't worry if you can't find all of the issues. I'm lucky that I got into the comics in 2014. I can't believe I found every single issue first print except for issue 1. So the thing is that just buy the volumes. It's all right, and buy the volumes and then keep up and stuff. Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. Go to a comic book store, buy them. Get a pull list.
Or if
pull as in wait, please let me. This is important. It's called a push and pull list. Pull list, and they'll archive it for you for like about a month, and you pick them up when you need to. It's really good. I went to one, and they gave me 20% off all my comics, so it was really good. So if anybody, so I don't live there anymore. But if anybody here who's listening to this comes from Southern California, I don't live there anymore, but anyone comes from Southern California and knows about this comic book place called Fat Collectibles, go there. They will give you 20% off if you become a pull list member, and it's free.
Okay, there's other ways. If you're looking for any of the older.
While we're at buying advice, I recently discovered a website called the Humble Bundle, which puts money to charity and will give you various bundles. And they do comic books. I don't know if they do any of the IDW comic books. I haven't been there long enough to know exactly what the pattern is. But
that's good to
know.
know.
If you're interested in comics in general, there's something you can check out. They also do it for books and video games. I got a lot of great video games now.
If you're another way, if you're trying to get a lot of the older issues, like you want to start collecting all of them, pretty much at every single Brony convention that actually exists IRL. So I guess the exception being HAHcon currently. Every single Brony convention in the vendor hall, there's always at least one, sometimes more than one, table that has a bunch of they sell all the back issues of the comics for a pretty reasonable price too. So
And usually those people who sell the comics are the actual artists and writers themselves.
Yeah, sometimes the artist will actually have one, you can have them sign it, or the author will have one, you can have it sign it. But also there's I'm pretty sure I saw it on multiple things, and it was weird because it was like, wait a second, isn't that the comic book shop in it used to be near me. It's in Rochester, New Hampshire. It's called Jetpack Comics. And I'm like, wait a second, why is Jetpack Comics all the way in Baltimore? I guess they got a thing, or maybe it's just a generic comic books retailer name. I don't know. Jetpack Comics is apparently special enough to have their own unique covers of some comics, including the MLP ones. So maybe they do have a special, like a deal where they go to these conventions and sell MLP comics. Maybe. Anyway, so it's like a Jetpack Comics table or something like that. Like they'll have just boxes full of almost every single issue and every single version of that issue. Like it'll have all the different multiple covers kind of thing. Or most of them. Maybe not the convention exclusive ones that they occasionally have, but so yeah, conventions are a good place to pick up older ones. Because I review them, so I need a digital copy of them. They are available in the iTunes bookstore for digital books. I believe if you're pre-ordering them or you're ordering them just after they're released, it's like $3.99 an issue. They do also sell the volumes as not separate issues as well. But if you wait a couple weeks and then buy the issue, it drops from $3.99 to $1.99. So that's how I get most of mine, because I need to have them in digital form to screen cap them and include them in videos.
Yeah, if you want them, that's the thing that's cool about the IDW site itself. You can go to IDW Publishing and website, and you can buy all the back issues digitally, and they're half off.
Yes.
Even the volumes, which is amazing.
Right.
Everything's half off, which is if you buy it digitally, which is great. So it's if you want, say because all the annuals are double the price, they're $8 or something. But if you buy it digitally, it'll be just as the same price as any other one. So you'll be able to always read the old comics. Very, very well done.
And they're also places on the internet that have them for free, but we're not going to advocate for those because
yes, we're not going to. I will definitely not advocate that.
Piracy.
Yes.
I will not advocate that.
I say you should support the My Little Pony comics, because if you don't buy them, then they could end up canceling all of the series, and then we wouldn't have such wonderful stories.
And also, if you don't do IDW or iTunes, you can also get the comics, both volume and issues, on Amazon Kindle, and that's how I do it for me. I have all the volumes and all that through there. So for all those who have Amazon Kindle, there you go.
One more thing that's actually very important that confused me when I was a first timer at this. Do not pay attention to the cover when you're looking for a particular story, because the covers will lie to you. You'll think that this is issue number 20, and issue number 20 of Friendship is Magic, this happened, and then it's all the ponies and stuff. Okay, this is this part of the Reflections arc. I found a Hot Topic cover at Hot Topic that had Pinkie Pie giving Maud a present for housewarming. And I thought, is this the different issue? No, it is the same exact issue. So don't pay attention to the covers.
Like the Transformer one.
Oh, they have
liars.
Wait. I want to say this. I really do. Pay attention to the number, the issue number, and the title. It'll say "Friendship is Magic," "FEINDship is Magic," "Friends Forever." So make sure you pay attention to that.
Unless the comic is in a protective sleeve, you're perfectly allowed to open it up.
Oh yeah. If it's already in a protective sleeve and taped, it's like that because it's important. There's different types of covers. I can go really quickly. Sometimes you'll see cover A, cover B.
Yeah, there's
subscription cover, which is
certain comic book shops get their own covers. Sometimes there's convention exclusive covers.
Yes, so
sometimes there's reprint covers where they'll reprint the comic, but it'll give it a special cover.
You'll even see when you actually open the comic up, it'll actually saw on the first page where the cover is will say like what printing it is, and if you ever see like weird, so another way like weird like cover, you'll see CVRA, CVRB. It just means two different covers.
It's kind of funny.
Subcover means I'm almost done here. Subcover is like subscription cover. That just means like it's because you subscribe to it. It's usually something you see in a comic book store. RI means retailer incentive, and RE means retailer exclusive. Retailer exclusive is like the Jetpack one and stuff. Those are like going to be expensive. They're going to be like about $15.
Because like the art in the cover will literally say like something about Jetpack. Like, I saw one that it showed I forget which comic was, but it showed like Derpy delivering a bunch of like comics, and it said, and there's a sign on a cloud that says like insert comic book shop here, that direction several miles or something. And it has a certain number of miles, so it's like Jetpack. 100 miles, and so that's like, because it says Jetpack on it and they paid extra to have their name included, it costs more. It's funny that a lot of this advice for buying comics can be transposed to any comic franchise.
Oh yeah, that's why I want people to know that too. Just one more thing, retailer incentive for people who just want to know what that is. You'll see it says RI underneath it. That one is also going to be an expensive one. It could be twice the price. It could be $2 more. And I did buy those. My comic book place was really nice. They actually put it into my pull list when they really shouldn't have, because I buy them. But I'm not there anymore, unfortunately. Basically, what a retail incentive is it's what the retailers do is like for every usually like a certain number, they get another one free. So like for every 10 copies of issue number 14 of Friends Forever, they will get a special one, and so that one's going to cost a little bit more. So if you can get your hands, if you go to your local comic store and you find a pony one that says RI and you got the money, buy it before someone else does. Also,
that's a good tip.
Because there are actually people who do collect them. And obviously, Bale Pie collects them. I know that Dusty Cat is a fan of collecting them. I'm pretty sure even I think FNGR, maybe not of the MLP comics, but I've seen. I think he has like other comics that he collects, so he might be someone who would collect them. So there are people in this fandom who collect comics. So if you see something that's rare, you might want to buy it while you have the chance.
I mean, you heard me or something.
And if you could get your comic books, and if you can get your comic books signed by someone who worked on it, especially the main artist and the writer.
Either the
I got one mine signed by the colorist, which
Heather Breckel.
Good, but it's not as good as if I got the artist or the writer.
Or the cover artist. Sometimes the cover artist is a different artist, and you can get.
Cover artist is definitely the biggest one you want to draw. Like, the cover artist is the one that you really want to sign, like more than anything.
I actually devalue some of my comics.
The cover they did. If they look at the comic and say, "I did not draw that," you screwed up.
Well, like,
but if the interior, yes. If they had something to do with what was inside the comic, yes. But but more so, people care about the signature of people who did the cover on it. So you got to do that.
The only physical comics I have, I actually end up devaluing them because I get the comics that I did collabs with and have the person I collab with sign the cover, so it devalues them. Not that I get particularly worthwhile versions of them, but still. It's the only reason I have legit copies.
I have one more big piece of advice for everybody. This is important. There are these things called sketch covers. When we talk about this, really important, please open your ears, open your eyes, open your mind, everything.
It's a blank cover, that's over the.
I'm trying to talk. Come on, dude.
Sorry.
All right.
I ruined your thunder.
Yes, but it's a blank cover. Basically, inside you'll just see it. It's blank. It has nothing. Sometimes it's the front, or sometimes it's the back.
It'll still have the logo, like the My Little Pony logo, but everything else is blank.
But it will. Exactly, and you'll think like in a sketch cover, meaning like, oh, you draw it? No, do not draw on it. It is meant for you to give to the comic book artist, like who made the comic, like whoever made the comic or everybody. It's meant for you to give to them, one of the artists, and stuff, for them to draw on it. And if you got a lot of money, they will do like a whole big sketch and everything. They will do a whole other thing. Even you can look on like someone did a sketch cover. What was it? Jen Blake. One of the artists, Jen Blake. She did an entire like colorized version of like a Fluttershy crossovering over with this anime. It was amazing, and that's gonna something like that is gonna go for lots and lots of money. So
Or it'd be a very prized possession that you never take out of the vault, but still.
Even a Sharpie image. That's what I do. Some of these I have they have like a blank back cover and it has a Rainbow Dash on the top or something. And I just had them do a Sharpie sketch of Daring Do or Rainbow Dash, and they sign the back of it. And also, if you guys find any comics that are not it's not an issue, it just says art gallery or something, buy that, because those are also collectibles. You don't read them, they're just to look at art and everything. Art gallery, if you find that one, you're a lucky man or woman, pony, something. It is amazing.
Whatever you identify as.
Yes. Identify or whatever, is that it's just their art. It's just an art book and stuff, and it's really good because I've actually given it to the IDW company to sign it. Every time I give it to somebody, they always tell me, "Whoa, you have this one?" So the fact that they tell me that means it's important. So if you get your hands on an art gallery, you find an art gallery, you buy the art gallery.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I could show it. I wish I could show it, but I can't right now. I'll probably show you guys later in the call.
Well, yeah, after the stream, which we're almost a half an hour, almost an hour over time, so we can continue. We're having fun.
If there's one art piece I want to get, it's that one with physical. It's that one with Luna and Celestia as pirates over a burning ship. Oh, that was so good.
My favorite cover, which is also coincidentally my favorite artist's cover. Even Andy Price, who's my favorite artist, his favorite cover, at least according to a podcast I saw where he answered the question, is the Luna is the evil Celestia versus good Celestia cover for one of the Reflections arc. If I would want that would be the only one. Well, luckily, actually, that was a collab. It was me and Ponyville Critic. So that's the only comic I'd probably get and not devalue by having say the person I collab with sign it. It's no, I'm not. No, mine. You're not signing this one. You can sign the first part of the arc, but not this one.
I mean, I got I think some sort of one with something I have issues where I have four different variant covers of one issue.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
Well, my favorite car has, of the ones I've seen, has to be the one where for the day shift. Where Luna's standing atop a pile of
you told me.
I saw that one.
There we go. I found the art gallery. I'll show it to you guys later.
According to Logan Berry Bunny in the comments, he says that, or he or she says that the art gallery 2 was canceled, unfortunately.
So look at that, bro. You got one of a kind.
Art gallery is. Yeah, I basically it's also $4, but I found it one place that was selling for $4.25. But you know what the best part about it is? There's glitter on it.
well, apparently, okay.
It's actually shiny, so it's almost like a foil card,
Okay.
It actually has glitter on the logo, so it's great.
Logan Berry Bunny also continued saying that it was canceled after it had already been advertised.
Yeah.
But instead we got the Art is Magic book.
I don't have that.
I have that. I almost got 2 of them. I bought one for myself, and then I went to a local brony meeting holiday party, and there was a Yankee swap or whatever the thing is where you there's many different names for it, where you I think a Yankee swap or White Elephant or something like that, and and then and the gift that I ended up getting from that was the Art is Magic book. I already have this. Luckily, the next person stole that gift. So I'm okay, good. I didn't need it anyways.
Didn't need it anyways.
Fine. I didn't want it coming anyway.
I didn't want the Art is Magic book anyways. So is there anything else we want to talk about, or should we close out the stream before as we near 8:30?
There is one thing I do want to in my mind. Like I told you before, like I just finished up reading the Good, Bad, and the Pony, and to put it shortly, I see why it's bad. I don't hate it as much as everyone else, but I think the problem with it was with Katie Cook is that I think it was her way of trying to keep Twilight not having to solve everything with magic. Like, wasn't it? It came around during the time that Twilight was now a demigod, basically.
Yeah, she's definitely an alicorn during it. But another issue with that is if I would have believed the evilness of the villains more.
Yeah.
If they hadn't been just completely pummeled by one of the characters in that comic, in an earlier comic, in Rain's Trains and Carts with Wheels, during the desert sequence, Applejack in defense of Rarity's hair, according to the way the dialogue goes, she's defending Rarity's hair, beats up the cattle rustlers, which happen to be Longhorn and his crew.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. I read the story.
So
yeah,
the fact that they come back and AJ is not able to pummel them again is just ridiculous. They could have or steroids. They definitely probably did steroids.
Yeah, so I think that was her. I'm like, I'm not defending, but I think that was her way of trying to be like, people wrote. I know some fans are worried about how Twilight can basically just instant fix everything. So here, let me give you a story where she can't fix.
She can just snap her hooves and everything explodes, kind of thing.
It just makes you kind of the problem with it being it's like frustrating because it's like, no, she can fix it with magic. No one's gonna complain. She can fix it with magic.
And also like there's also like if Spike had been there, which he was needlessly written out of that arc. Like, oh, he's at the Star Trek convention. He he was needlessly written out of that arc. But if he had been there, a simple letter to the princess, and then you have 3 alicorns there, and maybe they would have backed down.
Spike is OP.
Basically, and anytime that they needlessly write Spike out of an arc, you know that there's a way to fix that arc with Spike sends a letter to the princess.
But that's all I will say about that story. Like, I get why it's bad, but I get what Katie Cook might have been trying to do.
And also, you really
poor execution.
It's just that and Revenge of the Everfree were pretty much the same story. So I was like, when I read that, I was like, when I read Revenge of the Everfree, I'm like, okay, I got it. And then when I read Good, the Bad, so when I read Good, the Bad, and Ponies, which came afterward, I'm like, this is the same story.
No, Good, the Bad, and the Pony.
Story, but with cowboy.
Exactly. It was the same. It was all solved in legal action.
Hey, I hate to break it to you, but the Good, the Bad, and the Pony came before Revenge of the Everfree.
Sorry, you know what I mean. They were both the same thing.
But what you're saying is that they were so similar that you mixed up with the order they came in.
Exactly. Which is something.
Yeah, which actually, if for anyone who's not wanting to get it, it's actually a volume bundle. So if you want to avoid that one, there you go.
If you want to buy it, go ahead and buy it. I don't care. It's not like it's Final Fantasy VIII.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Another talk for later.
That kind of shots fired. Everyone knows Final Fantasy VIII is terrible.
At least you're not like Miss, who decided to start a war with FF10. Oi!
No.
Okie dokie. Well, it's nearing 8:30, and I think it's a good point to end. So thank you to those who have stopped by, and if you want to, you can hit subscribe. I mean, I do some comic reviews, and I also do gaming occasionally. Although my comic reviews do have their own like special canon to them because I'm weird like that. I'm even weirder than just doing each individual comic in arc. I also have like this connective canon because I'm weird. But feel free to subscribe if you like my stuff and my personality and such. I'm Comic Sans.
I guess Ryan.
And I'm not.
Omni, you want to say goodbye? Omni, you gonna say goodbye?
Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni viewer signing off and passing it on to everyone else.
Big apple
And
pie.
I'm a big apple pie. I'm a magical talking pie. And
tasty.
what is it? That's right. Sorry, I was not prepared for this Q song. Go on, Dallas.
Just promote your channel. There's not currently a link in the description, but there will by the time this is uploaded to YouTube afterwards.
Yes.
Well, yes, like, if you do want to go over to my channel and show some support, I would greatly appreciate it. It really has been fun joining all you guys and just sticking around. But until next time, and hopefully we can do this again next year, I'm Valis, and hope you all having a good day.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, say goodbye.
Not that ending.
Okay, now it's gonna.
Now Disney will give us a copyright strike.
Okay,
now
and
it's okay.
fade to black.
Let me
Fade to black.
just-
We're fading to black.
Okay, goodbye.
And see.
Arrivederci.